Hello and welcome back. Well, this is part 3 of the Hardinge lathe rebuild. I've built restored the lathe, or most of it, built the cabinet, and today we're going to install the drive, hopefully get it done. I've thought a lot about this, and I'm going to put a 3-phase motor on it with variable speed, and I think we can simplify the drive quite a bit. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I've got this motor here. It's a 3/4 horsepower, which is really overpowered. Half horsepower, even a 1/4 horsepower would probably be enough. But it is what it is, and I got it. Got a good price on it, 25 bucks. Brand new motor. Been sitting on a shelf for years. Then I got this VFD here, and this is kind of new to me. But this VFD is unique in that it's 110 volt input, 220 output, 110 volt single phase, 3-phase output. So, and I've tried it out. It works good. I've got to reset some parameters in there. But basically, I'm going to keep the drive really simple. I'm going to take this chunk of steel here and make a mirror image of this pulley. Kind of like that right there. It's only going to have 2 steps because the VFD will allow me to get the speed range I need. The maximum speed will be about 1100 RPM, and the slowest speed, well, it kind of remains to be seen. I don't know what the 3-phase motor can handle. If I burn it up, I know where there's another one, and I'll change the drive if necessary. But I think with the mirror image of this, I'll be able to get slow enough speed. And this motor I got is 1120 RPM. So it's a lot slower than most motors already. So anyway, the next step is to build that mirror image step pulley. Okay, to get the speeds right, I'm basically making these 2 steps and using it with these 2. In other words, the motor will look like this, and I'll use these 2 on the lathe. Okay, I've got my compound set at 2 degrees this way a little bit. I'm starting, and I'm guessing at 2 degrees. Crowns are not super critical. Too much and you get this will be a V-shaped crown. But if you get too much, you don't get good belt traction. Too shallow, the belt won't track. But it's 1.25 inches wide, and the tip of that tool is 5/8 or in the center of that. So what I'm going to do is go in and touch off just to where I'm barely touching the center there, and then work my way towards the tailstock. I don't know if I can do that in one pass or not. We'll see. But that's going to be okay. Now when I got that same angle set, I'm going to measure to the center of this flat. There we go. Okay, both crowns are cut. I just used the center function and I'm cutting a keyway with this end mill. I don't have a broach, but this will work fine. I did that to help me locate the hole right there for the set screw. The motor's got kind of a short shaft. I'm going to have to use a 3/8 mounting plate. That should work. So this lathe, we can't use an underdrive like a usual lathe and have the belt doing like that, because these ways right here on the back are for accessories and the belt will get in the way. So I've got to make a way to divert the belt down through a slot right here, like that. And I got a plan. I'm going to make a couple of rollers for it to go over. One there. Just like that. So that's the next step, making those rollers. I'm going to make two uprights that screw into this and hold those rollers right there. Now they only really need to be 3 inches wide, but I'm going to make them at least 6 inches wide in case I want to use these 3 steps here at some point. I mean, right now I'm just going to use 2 steps, but in the future, who knows what will happen. Okay, these rollers, I'm just going to turn a flange on them just for give them a little style. I believe they stayed fairly straight. Let's clean them up a little bit. Right here is something I did to my jaws. I made a video on it. I just cut a notch in them right there, just so that I can hold stuff like this. Oh, it's hot. Like that. I had this cutter made a while back on an EDM machine, a wire EDM. It's high-speed steel. It's holding up pretty good though. I like it. Well, that about wraps it up for today. I've got a few concerns. We'll address them as they arise, if they do. I'm a little concerned about the motor bracket being rigid enough and belt tracking. Same with this thing. I did put some eccentrics on these little roller pins so that I can fine tune and level them. And if it still becomes a tracking issue, I'll take the rollers out and put a crown on them. I don't really think it will be, but we'll see. Anyway, join me next week and we will be putting the top on this and hooking up the VFD and at least see what it does under power, see how the belt tracks. And then we'll rebuild the cross slide and the turret tailstock. Both, well, the turret tailstock is going to be a big project. But anyway, that about wraps it up. Thanks for joining me, and be sure and subscribe and ring that bell.